creating a new norm. Watching others enjoy insects may also help break down barriers. Hey fam, welcome back, welcome back. Thank you all for tuning in to yet another video. In today's video, we're going to be talking about eating insects. So it's been talked about for a while now how insects is being put in food, but it would be the new norm. Well, try to become part of the new norm. Here's an article on the Washington Post. This article would be in a pinned comment down below. Let me know how you guys will feel about eating salted ants and ground crickets. I feel like in this article, this little showcase was presented in front of families with children. And children are automatically curious. Some children are, ready to say, ew, no, that's gross. But a lot of children are curious, especially if something is presented to them as tasting good. They're curious. So this article was written about, children actually, trying these insects. And of course, it's going to look like, well, if they can eat it, maybe it's actually good. But in all reality, targeting the families actually to make it seem like it's all good when children are already curious. I don't know. We're going to go ahead and jump right into this article. Let me know what you all think. So, salted ants, ground crickets, why you should try edible insects. So this happened in August, it says, but this article was written November 27th. Okay. On a clear August morning in southeastern Pennsylvania, more than a dozen adults and children stood in a park pavilion, listening to mealworms sizzling in a hot pan. They were learning about entomophagy, the human consumption of insects, from Lisa Sanchez, a naturalist with the Lancaster County Department of Parks and Recreation, who has taught the practice for 25 years. So this is how it happened. Suddenly, one mealworm, while they were, cooking up these worms and stuff in the park, one mealworm sputtered out of the pan. 6-year-old Adeline Welk, without prompting, popped it right into her mouth. The crowd cheered for the newly minted entomophagist. "It's not that bad," she exclaimed. "It's kind of tastes like kettle corn." Sanchez encouraged people to eat insects, in part to lighten environmental footprints. Farm insects produce far less greenhouse gas and require much less land and water than conventional livestock. Insects also generate more biomass with less input. Crickets, for example, are 12 times more efficient than cows at converting feed into edible weight. Already, 2 billion people eat insects, according to one estimate, primarily in parts of Africa, Latin America, and Asia. The practice dates back millennia. I always thought, even back in the 90s, someday, maybe, hint, hint, Americans will do this. The coming years may prove her right. The edible insect industry is ramping up. A lot of people are pushing this insect thing because they're making it seem like it's such a great thing. And of course, they're saying that it's more affordable than actually, raising livestock. Hold up. Like we all actually say this. We all say this in the comments. They want us, the people who actually build this country up, make the money for them to eat these darn insects while they are still eating the meat. And we got to eat some bugs. Look how twisted that is. Look how twisted that is. One report predicts the market will reach $9.6 billion by 2030. Consumers can already find foods like salted ants on Amazon and cricket powder protein bars in Swiss grocery stores. Hold on. So we can find salted ants on Amazon. Y'all know we got to do a fact check. Hold up. All right, now we're on Amazon. Let's look up salted ants. Gotta do my little fact check. Here we go. Ooh. So, here we are. So, it's Irby's Edible Bug Mix Trial. 15-gram bag. Seasoned and crunchy insects. Crickets, grasshoppers, silkworm, pupae, and sago worms protein packed snack. It's a fun gift idea. It's 1 carb. 0.5 total fat, 50 milligrams of sodium, 20 milligrams of cholesterol. And people survive off of this. Do they use this as salad toppings or something? Mixed bugs. Oh my God. It says a fun gift idea though. I don't get how is this fun. I want to check out while we're here. Let's just look at some comments and look to see how it really look. The taste isn't awful. Just have to get, hold on. Whoa. Just have to get past the eyes and shell. 10 out of 10, I would definitely recommend. The image isn't too clear. Oh, God. Not much flavor. Crumbs, not good. My daughter says they're delicious. Perfect for a bug eating challenge. Do not look at the bugs before eating. What the heck else you supposed to do? Mostly delicious, stinky smell. They smell pretty much like dirt. The taste is earthy and sort of chemically. It shouldn't be chemically now. If it's a bunch of bugs now, huh? Either way, a couple of bites was all I could take of each. But I'm sure I'll find someone who will eat them. Wow, guys. So if you go on Amazon and you're interested in actually purchasing, I do not recommend, but actually purchasing. So, oh, they got other stuff. Look at this. Some edible insects, you know. They got salt and lemon grasshoppers. Let's look at the pictures. Yeah. I don't know. I think I would kind of, freak out. I think my kids would kind of freak out too. Let me know how you guys feel about this. But that was the fact check. Let's get on back to this article. I feel like we spent a lot of time looking at them bugs. What do you guys think? That's interesting. I did not know that they actually sell that on Amazon. I know if you go to like fishing stores and stuff like that, you can find certain like little dried insects and the worms and all of that stuff. But I didn't know that this stuff was actually sold on Amazon. Recent years have seen numerous media stories extolling the virtues of insect eating. But before insects can become common fare, more diners must be convinced that six-legged critters are in fact food. Through tasting experiments, surveys, and educational demos, researchers, entrepreneurs, and educators are delving into consumers' psychology and finding that resistance to insect eating can be strong. Getting over the initial disgust of the idea of eating something that is often thought of as dirty and unclean is a big barrier. But researchers are discovering that disgust wanes once people actually taste insects. In a 2022 Spanish study, for example, volunteers felt more positively about pizza topped with mealworms after tasting it. How? Then, to get people to take that first bite. Now, Anthony, would you eat bugs? He says no. And that's my 11-year-old. A first bite. We repeatedly find that if you don't see the insects, people are much more open to eating them. You know what? I can actually agree with that. If you don't see something, you'll go ahead and eat it. If you don't see and don't tell, there you go. If you don't see and don't tell, then people would eat it. But if you tell them after, what will happen? Through an online questionnaire of 177 American adults, his team found that on average, individuals were comfortable with the idea of eating cookies containing up to about 30% of ground black soldier fly larvae added as flour. They already have like a whole base cricket flour and things like that. If you guys missed this, this article is actually basically saying Americans need to open up more to trying insects, to eating insects, to putting the insects in our diets, to be more open to, having insects being served at the diners and restaurants and things like that. Most people don't want to eat a cow that looks like a cow. Okay. Cricket flowers sell whole insects for snacking, but also brownie mix enriched with cricket powder, ground cricket, as well as pure cricket powder that customers can discreetly incorporate into baking goods or protein shakes. The prominence of insects on packaging can also influence consumers. We did a lot of trials working with consumers to have their feedback on how much we should emphasize the grasshoppers. Having the grasshoppers in front of the packaging is not a good thing for us. So, Hargo, established in 2016, is the first company to raise a species of locust at commercial scale. Its products are primarily sold to other food producers, but it also sells finished products to consumers online through its sub-brand Biblical Protein. Hargo's chocolate protein shake mix pictures a chocolatey liquid pouring into a glass. No wings, legs, or antenna in sight. Once people do try ground insects, they're often ready to move on to the whole bug. Formerly a private chef, they are usually almost immediately ready to see the insect. They're like, I ate that cricket. That was easy. I can eat that all day. Right. Give me something else. Okay, that's what they say. Marketing as usual, but before consumers feel compelled to grab a pack of dried crickets, companies will have to lure them in with advertisement, telling people that they should eat more insects because it's good for them or good for the planet. Doesn't seem to have much effect or behavior. And that is true because they're saying, eating more insects is good for you. It's very nutritional. It's good for the planet. We're saving the planet. All of that. In 2022, a gastro psychiatrist and a psychologist. In 2022, they tested and tried in true marketing strategy. The celebrity endorsement researchers presented fictional ads for insect-based foods to more than 1,000 people based in the United States. Volunteers who saw ads picturing athletes such as Serena Williams and Roger Federer, or actors such as Ryan Reynolds and Angelina Jolie, said they were more willing to try the product than those who saw ads without celebrities, because it's all about following that top person, fall in line. The findings suggest that marketers may not need to reinvent advertising to sell insects. Taste is king. Regardless, taste impacts whether someone will come back for more. Yoon teaches people how to work insects into their recipes in appealing ways. Adding cricket powder to marinara sauce, he says. Yes. Not only nutrition, but umami. Taste is a king. Grasshoppers, he says, have umami flavors, mainly mushrooms, pecans, coffee, and chocolate. They enhance meaty flavors. Creating a new norm. Watching others enjoy insects may also help break down barriers. In Sanchez's entomology classes, she discusses how she enjoys eating insects herself. She never forces anyone to try insects, though most, she says, actually do. Okay, guys, so we as Americans people here of the United States need to be more open to trying insects. Let me know your thoughts on that. Me personally, I'm not really open to it. That's the purpose of, stocking up on everything that we actually have available now before this stuff is actually pushed right in front of us. I don't know. Some of you actually already tried the insects. Leave it down in the comments below because I am curious. I am curious, and I'm sure plenty of other viewers are curious as well who have not. If you tried it, what was your thoughts? How did it make you feel? And I think it has something to do with the mental as well. Some people, feeling the whole grossed out feeling all over. What they say, you get goosebumps, and stuff like that. Does it actually serve a nutritional value? I don't really think so. As you guys saw, it was like 1 carb or 0. Really hardly any calories. It's more like a snack, if anything. But I guess after grounding it up, making it into a flour and stuff, as they are doing, maybe, but not really. Yeah. So this article would be in the pinned comment down below. If you want to check it out, check it out, check it out. It would be in that pinned comment. We're going to leave this video exactly where it's at. Very interesting because this is being pushed more and more. So this is Shauna, and I am checking out from Moments with Us. Hoping that you all enjoyed today's video. If you did, please go ahead and consider subscribing. And if you've been here before, I want to thank you for coming back. Turn your notifications bell on so you would not miss an upload. So it's time for us to do our ending. So I hope that you all are ready. Let me clear my throat a little bit. So let's go ahead and say it. Stay prepped. Stay blessed and stay safe. And most of all, remain beautiful queens and kings. Until next time, I'm officially out of here. Peace out.